everyone, today we're going to be doing here a chill session video. However, we are kind of also doing a test hand as well for this because of the fact that this is not necessarily the full deck. We are going to be doing a test hand to try and bring out the full capabilities of this deck and perhaps understand what cards are actually necessary for it. As a result, we could then build a deck out of it. So right now the deck has well over 50 cards actually, so there's actually quite a lot here. The extra deck is obviously very massive right over here, so we're just gonna try things out and try to bring out the best out of the deck here, and if things work out then we could actually build our deck by the next video. However, with that being said, let's just get started right here. It's a little bit mixed up, but at the same time there is quite a bit of cards that have been organized here. Alright, so here's an opening hand here. Definitely quite interesting to see that we actually have something like this, because we could actually work with this particular hand. Although it looks like a dead hand, it's actually quite amazing because I could see a lot of synergy with this. So firstly, we do have over here the Kyoto waterfront, so we're just going to activate that right away, and we're just going to try and keep track of every card that hits the graveyard to get our counters for it. So to begin here, we're definitely going to have to normal summon either of these, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to summon out the crown and link that away, immediately allowing us to go for Link Spider. So we're just going to look for it. As you can see here, Link Spider is definitely quite a crucial card to allow us to begin our plays, so we're just going to go with that. Before that, I will put here a field center just to distinguish the field and whether or not we can tell. So there we go, Link Spider, use that and bring out our Mystical Shine Ball. And right over here, what we can easily see now is we have a Transmodify. So we're just going to activate the Transmodify, and this will allow us to actually send the Mystical Shine Ball to the graveyard and then bring out our Venus, which is absolutely amazing of course. We did lose the Mystical Shine Ball, but it's okay, you know, bringing out the Venus is more crucial in this point. So right now we've sent 3 cards to the graveyard, so we have 3 counters on Kyoto Waterfront. So that's definitely really nice because we can now add a Kaiju. So right off the bat we're just going to add our Gamma Seal, and that would be fantastic. So let's actually take a look and see if we can get it. Right over there, fantastic, and add it to our hand. So now we have to consider what else can we actually do here to actually extend the plays of our combos. So with that being said, you could see that we are a little bit more on the limited side of things. I can't actually see myself doing too much in this circumstance. So let's see here, with the extra deck there is definitely some interesting options available, but nothing that particularly stands out. I am thinking about yugioh because that is definitely quite a choice we could use. So let's see if we could actually pull off the yugioh in this case. It's the one card that kind of saves us in this situation. So let's just begin by going for Venus and use her effect, allowing us to summon out 2 Shine Balls. So we're going to go for 1 here and get out the second one, or the final one in our deck, and summon it out. We're going to take 1 of the Shine Balls only, and we're going to link that away, allowing us to actually go for our Guard Dragon or our Imduk right underneath our Link Spider, which is fantastic of course, because now we're going to activate the Swing of Memories and summon out back our Ib. So you don't want to summon back your Shine Balls because obviously you're not going to meet the requirements. You want 1, 2, 3 and 4 different cards here, and you're essentially going to link them away. You want to save the Venus because you could potentially use it again. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring out the yugioh in the spots where they're actually opened up. So in this case, I'm now going to shuffle the deck and we're going to draw 4 cards. Alright, so these are the 4 cards that we draw into. These are actually really amazing. It's actually going to be quite difficult to decide which cards to actually put back. I'm going to put back the Instant Fusion because it does nothing to actually extend our plays. So that's 1 card. We have to put back 2 more. And it's very difficult considering we have here the Avarice and the Exodius as well. Now, with Avarice, what's amazing about it is that it only returns back 5, whereas Exodius returns back everything. The question is, do we need to return back everything, or do we only need to return back 5? And I'm thinking with Pot of Avarice, you could extend more by drawing 2 additional cards, which would be fantastic. Whereas with the Exodius, you shuffle everything in to summon out a monster, and it's not going to be as great because you already have yugioh on the field anyway, which can summon out any of these monsters. So it definitely changes the situation quite a bit, but I'm definitely going to be returning back the Exodius, and it's better than the Avarice. Now I'm thinking in this case, do you want to return Avarice or do you want to return the World Chalice? Both cards are actually really amazing here, but I'm actually going to return back the World Chalice for the fact that I have no plays right now to extend it, and because of that, the Pot of Avarice definitely works out quite well. So those are the 3 cards I'm returning to the bottom of the deck, and we're just going to keep the Avarice, which is a great way to extend anyway. Now at this point, you don't really need to keep track of Kyoto Waterfront, but it's good to have some dice, if you actually do, to just you know, keep count so that you actually have the Gamma Seal. But at this point, since we've already added the Gamma Seal, there's no point in us caring here. Like, it's just a matter of how many cards we can get to the graveyard. Now, there is a few options. You could actually just use yugioh and bring out Gamma Seal, and this instantly just brings out a plethora of negates, so your opponent now can't stop you in any way. So that's very early and very great to actually go on with that. So in this case, I could do that, but keep in mind you lose 1 zone on the field, and you want to work with as many zones as possible. So depending on what kind of opponent you're actually going up against, you could either bring back the Gamma Seal first, or you could keep it in the hand and bring it out later on. But for the time being, we're just gonna put it on the field, right? We're trying to be a bit more on the safer side of things and see how things actually turn out. So now we can activate the Pot of Avarice, and this will allow us to then go for 5 cards. So we're going to bring back all 3 copies of Shine Ball, and out of all of these, I'm thinking we don't need Link Spider anymore because we already have yugioh. So we're just going to return back Crowned and Imduk, and that will be fantastic. So you're just going to take this to the extra deck, and each of these will be returned to the deck itself, and then from that we're going to shuffle it up and see how we actually go here, and then draw 2 cards. Alright, so now we draw 2 cards for Avarice. So first we have Crowned, and second we have, oh my goodness, we actually got a second copy of Avarice. That's amazing. Keep in mind that Avarice is not a hard once per turn, so wow, we actually got pretty nice plays here. That's amazing. Keep in mind we have Gamma Seal, so we're just gonna definitely benefit off that, but we didn't draw into our Shine Balls, so Venus will continue on and go for our Shine Balls. I mean, we may as well just go for all 3 of them, right? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Wow, and that's really, really good, guys. So we could definitely keep just extending further and further away and just seeing how things actually pan out. So we're going to go for the Shine Ball and link that away, and this will allow us to actually bring out our Imduk. And from that, let's see, what else can we actually go for in this case? Well, we're thinking out of our extra deck here, what is actually possible for us to go into, you know? So I'm thinking with the Imduk and the Shine Ball, you could potentially go for your Ib, or yeah, you could go for your Ib, and that'll open up an extra zone technically. It depends on how you actually organize the board. If you summon Gamma Seal here, you kind of blocked it out. You could bring Gamma Seal to the far end here, and that would work as well. Or we could try some other plays as well as an alternative and see how things go. For example, we do have the Codebreaker Virus Swordsman that we could potentially go for, and I kind of like that idea. The only issue is that we kind of do lose out by getting rid of 2 Imduks, which I don't like the idea of doing. But you know what, if we can return it, does it really actually matter in this case? So maybe I'm thinking we can do it because we actually have the space for it. So I'm actually going to just go for our second Imduk. So we're going to take the Shine Ball, link that away, allowing us to go for our Imduk. And then from there, I'm going to try and go out for the Virus Swordsman. So we just need 2 effect monsters, take the 2 Imdooks, link them away, allowing us to go for Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. It's co-linked, we could bring out our other Codebreaker from the deck itself. Now you don't want to summon out Crowned via Imdook's effect, you want to just keep that as is, and you'll just bring that out later on. For now, we actually want to look for our Codebreaker 0 Day and special summon that out. So in this case, you have here quite a great amount of options. So as you can see, I'm already seeing my misplay, and that is I summoned out 1 extra mystical shine ball, which kind of clogged up the field. So I don't want to be doing that. I'm just gonna assume the fact that it's still in the deck and I didn't summon it out to open up a free zone. You know, like, it's all part of the learning process of the deck itself anyway, so I'm being a little generous here, but obviously in a real test hand, if I was to make a mistake like this, then I wouldn't be as forgiving. But with that being said, we have the Virus Swordsman and the Codebreaker 0 Day, and we're going to co-link, well, link them both away, sorry, and allow us to actually bring out the Virus Berserker. Since they're co-linked, you could actually bring out these 2 once more, which is definitely very amazing, of course, allowing us to then further extend our plays by potentially going for something else. So in this case, what do you want to go for here? Well, we could go for the Ip Masquerina. That could be quite amazing to further extend our plays, because we could actually do it during the opponent's turn. But there are quite a few other options as well that we could definitely try out. So I'm thinking, well, you could technically try to go for Ib. That could actually work in this case. So let's see. The question is, when we actually activate the Pot of Avarice later on, we're going to return back the 3 Shine Balls and the 2 Imdooks. So I want to put out something that's more of a throwaway card rather than a card that I'm going to be using so quickly, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so let's see, what can I actually do here? I mean, in this case, you could go for another Link 4. It might seem excessive to go for an Abomination, but who knows? I mean, look, in this particular scenario, it does look good, because let's say you have Virus Swordsman and let's say you have the Berserker and the 0 Day. You could just link all 4 of these, well, these 3 cards together, and this would give you enough cards to actually go for your Borrow Load Dragons. So you could actually go for Borrow Load, you could go for Borrow Sword as well, and that would be fantastic in this case. So let's say I actually had a Borrow Sword, that would be really great, you know, but we have Borrow Load here, so I'm okay with that either way, because we have Yugioh and Borrow Load. Now we could actually see what we actually have on the field here. We do have a Pot of Avarice, but we also have the Shine Ball over here as well, and I kind of wanted to extend with this particular card, so it kind of makes it quite interesting, just to see whether or not everything is okay or not here. So I can't get rid of the Shine Ball, and that kind of feels wasteful on the part there, because like I said, you have like quite a clogged up field at this point, but it's still a really good field because you already have the Gamma Seal, and I want to extend further, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I could just keep it like so and then activate the Pot of Avarice, and this will allow me to return back some cards. So I'll return back the 2 Imdooks again and return back to the 2 Shine Balls, and I guess we're returning the Link Spider too, because now we have all of these here that we don't really need. So we're just going to take all of these and we're just going to shuffle it into the deck, and then we're going to activate the second copy of the, well, we already activated it, and let the Avarice actually go off. Alright, so draw 2 cards off Avarice. So we have here Transmodify and we have here Lee. Alright, well, Transmodify is not going to do us anything because we already activated it at the beginning of the game. So, oh, actually, no, we haven't, have we? No, we definitely have. Alright, so I made a mistake there. Well, not a mistake, but it's just more so I just overlooked the fact that I already activated it. So, in this case here, you do have Lee, which is definitely quite nice here. Ideally, I want to somehow bring out Lee in a different way instead of normal summoning it, because if I could potentially summon out Lee and then add the Chalice, I could actually make for further plays. So with Venus, we're just going to summon out our 2 Shine Balls, or if we can, obviously. So I'm going to save the Shine Balls first. Right, I'll save up 2 Shine Balls because I know I'm going to use them later on, or just in case. And we're just going to link one of the Shine Balls away, and this will allow us to obviously go for our Imdok in this case. And from that, I want to actually activate a card that allows me to special summon out more, which would be fantastic of course, but I am definitely in quite the predicament in this case. Like, I want to find out a way where I could actually bring out more monsters, right? So in this case, yeah, you're right, I could actually go for the Imdok, and I'll summon out another mystical Shine Ball, link the Shine Ball with the Imdok, and this will allow us to go for a link 2. So in this case, we could go for... Look, I'm trying my best here to even incorporate the lib, but it's not happening, right? I don't have the conditions to go for it, so I tried my best. But I'm just going to go for the Ib right now. And now that we actually have Ib out, the Shine Ball can then allow us to... Well, not the Shine Ball, the Imdok will then special summon out the Lee from our hand. Keep in mind that's a special summon. We have the Shine Ball here just in case, but we're going to add the World Chalice to the hand. And I guess you guys could kind of predict what I'm actually trying to accomplish out of this. So we're going to take the Ib and we're going to take the Lee, and we're just going to link them both away, allowing us to go for a link 3 now. So in this case, I'm going to go for... Let's see, what can I go for in this case here? We'll go for a link 3, so... Could I go for a triple burst? That would be nice. What else could I actually go for? Like, I'm actually thinking triple burst might be the best option, but I could also go for the Tri-Gate Wizard as well. That's not too bad of an option. So I'm just going to go for the Tri-Gate Wizard, and then we're not going to activate Ib's effect or anything like that. We're just going to use Venus effect and to summon out the Shine Ball. Take the Shine Ball, link it away, allowing us to go for our Imdok. And as you can see with that, Imdok will then allow us to obviously summon out the World Chalice, you know, so that's fantastic. We get the normal summon again, the additional normal summon that is. So in this case, I want to think carefully about what I want to go for, because, let's see, we have here Venus, so we could technically just trip it off the Venus and then bring out the World Chalice as a normal summon, right? And then we take our Tri-Gate Wizard and our Imdok, and we're going to link them both away. Now, because Tri-Gate Wizard was actually co-linked to 2, you could technically banish off 1 card, but you're going to get rid of these 2 and go for our link 4. So in this case, we could actually just go up for our Crusadia Abramax, which, look at that, I mean, that's an amazing field already. But yeah, in this case, it's just looking really, really good. I mean, I'm to be honest, I'm already pretty happy with this particular field. Like, this is honestly already a satisfactory field. This is a final board. It's genuinely a final board here. It's really strong. The funny thing is this, I could actually just summon out the Avarice or the Chalice right here. So in this case, your opponent's going to have a hard time getting over this. If they summon something from the extra deck, keep in mind World Chalice has its own effect. It's an effect that a lot of people don't actually even remember, but you could just send this card or tribute this card and send off their extra deck monster that they just summoned to the graveyard, which is really amazing. It's non-targeting as well, just really amazing there. You also have Abramax, which your opponent's forced to attack, and it's already been buffed up by the yugioh as well. You have Borreload, which is also just, well, no one can actually target Borreload anyway, and even if your opponent tried to activate card effects or any sort of effects whatsoever, you have Gamma Seal. This is like it's a better board than any of the previous test hands I've done. This is one of the strongest boards I've actually produced out of this particular hand, and I'm slowly getting an idea of what I need to incorporate into this deck to work. So that's definitely quite amazing. We could see that we got really lucky, of course, because we managed to pull off 2 copies of Avarice in the same game, but at the same time it's definitely telling me that playing 2 copies of Avarice actually doesn't hurt the deck whatsoever, so it's very nice. Transmodify also helped us out very early on in the game. We have Swing of Memories, which kind of helped out as well. We had quite a few interesting cards here. We obviously have the Codebreaker engine, which definitely was a crucial thing to help out, but I'm actually liking the addition of the Brolo Dragon into this as well, so it's definitely really shaping up to be a deck that I could be satisfied with, and I'm just definitely going to make some adjustments so that we could actually reduce the deck size to 40, and that would actually improve the deck even more. And then of course the extra deck, I'm going to do a bit of tweaking and see how things actually turn out. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like, share this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification. However, with that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you all next time.